So, guys, when we say land banking varies. There are different types of land banking. In short, there are two types of land banking. We have the short term land banking and the long term land banking. So, if as an investor you want to buy a land to keep it for a while and resell it to make high return on investment, you go into what we call the short term land banking. But if you are buying the land for your children, your unborn children, that is your generations to come, you can go into long-term land banking. So there are different type of land. This land do not appreciate the same way. Yeah, they do not appreciate the same way, they do not appreciate the same time. So that is why you can use them for different purposes. Now you want to buy a land for yourself and you want to resell in 5 years to make high return on investment. What do? You buy a land that is strategically located. That is what we do as a rector. We ask you some certain questions to understand what you want to use the land for, to understand the reason why you're buying the land, so we can get you the right land for your needs. Yeah. So if you're buying a land that you want to sell in the nearest future, you go, that is what we call the short-term land banking. You buy a land that is strategically located, a land that has a foresee, that you are foreseeing, okay, this land is already close to development. It's a developing land. In short, you buy a land that is still developing, not the one that has not even started developing. The one that is still developing, that you know that in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years, this land would have been appreciated double or triple. That is the kind of land you need at that moment. But when you are buying a land for your born generation, you can go and buy the land inside forest if you wish. You can buy it inside the forest because you know you are going to keep such land for like 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, depending. Yeah, your children are going to reap the return on investment on such property. So it is very, very important as an investor that you understand the two types of land banking before venturing into them. And also, lately, I've been hearing that say, a lot of investors are buying properties for land banking and they are not having the proper documentation on such land, some of which are not even being allocated. Mhm. So I want to use this opportunity to tell you that if you're buying a land, especially for land banking, whether you're buying it for short-term land banking or long-term land banking, ensure that you are properly documented. It is very, very important that you should be properly documented on the land you have paid for. It is very, very important and necessary that you are properly documented, because that is the only evidence you have to the land. That is your evidence that you are the owner of your land. Yeah. So when you're buying a land that is not being documented, it is very, 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 very risky, because God forbid anything happens to the company in the nearest future, they fold up. How do you claim your land? A land that you have not been allocated, a land that you have not been given a survey document, a deed of assignment, a stock of a C of O, a contract of sale, a receipt, an invoice, nothing, no evidence. How do you claim such land in the nearest future when the company is no longer in existence? Or if God forbid the company does no longer exist, how do you claim such land? How do you say this land is yours? No evidence. You begin to explain the day you paid the realtor that sold it to you. How? It becomes informal. So as a learned person, as a learned investor, it is very, very essential before buying any property. Don't buy a property that will deprive you of your sleep. Buy property that will give you peace of mind. Genuine property, physical property, property that is tangible. That is what you should buy as an investor. Property that will be properly documented, where you will be given a survey document, you will be allocated and given an allocation letter, a deed of assignment, receipt, invoice, contract of sale. Everything will be handed over to you. That is your evidence that you bought the land. And if you want to sell the land in future, and in case the company no longer exists, you can sell it because it is your land. You have the documents to it. Nobody can claim it, only you. But when there is no such thing and the company no longer exists, my Sama, It means you have bought an audio land, though, no evidence. So it is very, very important that we buy property that will be documented properly and will be allocated our property and given allocation letter. So I am Victoria George. I'm a realtor. I sell properties here in Nigeria. I sell houses. I sell land here in Nigeria, any part of Nigeria, in Lagos, in Abuja, in Ogun State, in Ibadan, in Benin City, Asaba, Abia, Enugu. Anywhere you want land, you want houses here in Nigeria, just reach out to me today. I will always be in my DM. Thank you very much. And always remember, I sell properties that will give you peace of mind. I do not sell properties that will give you sleepless night. I sell properties, genuine property, tangible, real properties that will give you peace of mind. I sell peace of mind as real estate. Trust me, a trial will confuse you, will convince you. Bye.